Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, CeeChronicles here. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a first timer here, I post fragrance related content and would very much appreciate it if you did consider joining us by subscribing. Now to those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support. I appreciate you guys as always. A quick announcement guys, please do check out my second channel, CeeChronicles Lifestyle. I decided to open a lifestyle channel guys where I am focusing on vlogs, my daily life, bits and bobs, anything to do with me that is outside fragrance reviewing. The reason behind opening the second channel guys was every time I put a vlog, my analytics, my views would plummet. And I came to a conclusion that YouTube seems to use certain keywords to certain niches. So if I put a video here that is not fragrance related, it didn't do well. So I decided to separate my content there. I'm going to leave the lifestyle channel link in the description box where you can click and go right there. Kindly support, subscribe, like, do all the nice stuff guys. It's called CeeChronicles Lifestyle. Now welcome to today's video. Today I've compiled 20 BeastMode fragrances. These I picked because most of them last over 12 hours, even up to the next wash or couple of washes. These will not disappoint. If you know somebody who loves to smell good, if you know somebody who doesn't mind a fragrance wearing them, then these are some of the fragrances that I would recommend. On our number one guys is a Oud Honor and Glory from the house of Lavish, a fragrance whose notes comprise of pineapple and creme brulee. So expect a bit of a tropical tone in this fragrance and a little bit of some creaminess. However, that same pineapple and the creaminess is then joined by woods, by spices, especially cinnamon, doing the most, black pepper, and a host of other mixed spices. And it is the mixture of those spices that put weight on this fragrance, projects like crazy. So this is going to be a compliment getter as well. Lasts at least 12 hours on 7 to 8 sprays. If you're going to do more than that, this fragrance is going to last until the next wash. So this is definitely beastly guys. Woods there also working towards that beastly nature of the fragrance. Sitting on our number one is Oud Honor and Glory. Second on the lineup guys is Rave Now White from the house of Lavish, right? This is a citrus fragrance. Now if you're looking for a citrus that's going to have the weight to it, then this is it. Citruses are volatile. Used in fragrances, they tend not to stick around for long. However, the punch up of the patchouli that has been put in here, mixed spices there, woods in the mix, makes the citruses here hold on the longest. You're going to get a crispness there. You're going to get a freshness there. But the freshness is not your typical freshie. It is that citrus delivery, but together with a weight coming from that patchouli, giving it longevity. This fragrance, guys, on me lasts 8 to 9 hours on about, I'm gonna say maybe 7 to 8 sprays. So it is one that has a potential to last the whole day depending on the number of sprays. Compliment getter again, room filling, and projects 3 meters, you know, thereabout. People are going to be able to smell this on you for 3 hours straight. This fragrance is prominent, after which of course it tends to, you know, tone down there, but it holds on the entire time even after toning down to at least close to the whole day. So this is Rave Now White and it's sitting on our number 2. Third on the lineup guys is a Waffa from the house Oud Honor. This is a complex mix giving you a serving of almost everything there. Expect a herbal tone to this fragrance, the woodiness, spices, that sort of thing. Expect something that feels like a tea note, some aromaticness. This feels like a fusion of Carlisle from Parfums de Marly as well as Black Phantom. So if you love those two fragrances, you're going to get from this particular fragrance. It is beastly in performance and it gets better with time. Anyone who's 2 meters around you can smell this fragrance, so it does leave a trail. It's called Waffa and it's from the house Oud Honor. Fourth on the lineup, guys, is from the house of Zara, and this one's called Golden Decade. Now, if you're an OG on this channel, you will know that this is not a dent that's actually denting when it comes to my fragrances. The only reason why the dent here is not denting is because this is beastly, right? This is a fragrance that borders on heady. It is a fragrance that is winter appropriate. If Zara had started their fragrance lineup with juices made of this quality, I don't think they will be taking the slack that they are taking, from a lot of people. A lot of people kind of doubt Zara's because of how they were making their fragrances almost like body mist and stuff like that. This one doesn't perform like that. Drawing its inspiration, guys, from Lib Intense, and dare I say, this potentially outlasts Lib Intense. So if you're looking for a vanilla forward fragrance, a little bit of some jasmine there, this, I bet you, people even 5 meters away from you will be able to smell this fragrance. So this is one that can easily wear you instead of the other way around. So if you wear fragrances for compliments, or you want your fragrances to do the talking, this is definitely one for you. Last till the next wash. It's called Zara's Golden Decade, and it's sitting on our number 4. Next on the lineup is Ajaib Dubai, a syrupy, almost sticky fragrance there with a host of beautiful notes comprising of butterscotch, some pineapple, some woods there, and coffee. The only problem I have with this juice, guys, is how it transitions from one stage to the other. It is a fragrance whose notes are all trying to shine at the same time, to a point being so sophisticated that for some might be very hard to pin. Say you went and you purchased it because you outright love just butterscotch fragrances, coffee fragrances, or you outright love just pineapple fragrances. This will not give you those in transitions where you actually smell one after the other. It's almost like all of them are fused in one, and when you put your nose to whatever, say it was a dish that you're making, it just comes across as one smell altogether. But it is a lasting power, guys, that made me put this one on this lineup. This scent will assert its presence around you in like a 4-meter scent bubble. So anyone who's around you, around that 4-meter scent bubble, will be able to smell this fragrance. So it does project, guys. If you love a fragrance that's going to confuse a lot of people, because this has got like an unusual scent profile to it, a heady mix of woods with the butterscotch, a roasty coffee note in there, as well as pineapple. A fragrance that lasts till the next wash. It's called Ajaib Dubai, and it's sitting on our number 5. Sixth on the lineup, guys, is Fenty by Rihanna. Now, let me get one thing out of the way. I used to be a Riri fan growing up, but I kind of outgrew that stage. So I did not buy this one, guys, because I'm a Riri fan. I went to Oxford where I buy my Kialis, and I saw, the counter there where they had the Fenties, and I smelled the Fenty perfume, and I did my shopping and everything else, but this fragrance drew me back. It kind of haunted me. It called me back to say, go and get me. This is one well-made celebrity fragrance. I'm not saying this because she collabed with Louis Vuitton. I'm not saying this because of the price point. But while I'm at the price point, I'm going to say this is one fragrance that is actually worth the price. You would pick this one for between 170 and 200. It just depends on where you get it from. But guys, if you're looking for a fragrance that's going to last for a long time in your collection because it's beastly, then go ahead and buy Fenty by Rihanna. It has blueberry and rose there in the mix. It also has like an incensey undertone to it, but they didn't put that on the note. It kind of has a unisex appeal to it, a nostalgic appeal to it. Great fragrance overall. But while we're at celebrity fragrances, let me just throw in maybe 2 more as recommendations if you want something on the affordable side. Sarah Jessica Parker Stash. That's a very good fragrance that lasts till the next wash. Ariana Grande's Cloud. I know it's been about the block for a while. That one would give you about 8 hours, but that's a decent, performing fragrance from a celebrity. So I'm just saying this to make sure that you guys understand that I'm not hyping this because it is by Rihanna or it was made by Louis Vuitton. That is not the reason. I did watch a couple of reviews on the fragrance by, what's her name, Beyonce. And there was just 1 or 2 reviews there that kind of confused me, where somebody said, oh, it kind of reminds them of Ajwad, and I was like, oh my god, not Ajwad. So I don't know about that one, but for now I can say this is the most beautiful celebrity fragrance I've smelled on the market thus far. It's Fenty, and it's sitting on our number 6. 7th on the lineup, guys, is our Rehab's French Coffee. This is a fragrance that is going to wow any person who loves the smell of coffee, photorealistic coffee-based fragrances. This feels like you either work in a coffee house or you were roasting coffee beans, or you've just drank a cup of coffee or something, or you're in a coffee kitchen. That is what this fragrance smells like. And you are going to get compliments because it is room filling. Once you wear this and you walk in a room, the first thing you're going to hear from 1 or 2 or 3 people is, what's smelling like coffee? You know, that's how strong this fragrance is. Anyway, this fragrance put me in the mindset of pairing it with Lattafa's Camera, because Lattafa have released a flanker for Camera called Camera Kawa, and that one is Camera with coffee. So I mixed the two to see if I'm missing much. Why I did is I watched a review, I've forgotten who did that review, but they were saying it's the coffee note that you're going to get at the opening there. You get a coffee pop and it lasts for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then you're left with Camera. So I did do my experiment, guys, to see whether I'm missing much. And at the moment, I'm kind of like 50-50 there whether I actually need Camera Kawa. I'll let you know in due course. Anyway, this one is here, guys, as one of those beast performing coffee fragrances on the market, which you ought to try. It's from Al Rehab and it's called French Coffee. On number 8 is F.A. Paris's The Fire. Now, F.A. Paris is not a house that a lot of people talk about, but why I isolated this one from my collection is for those who have hardened noses. This fragrance is built around smoke, oud, leather, incense. I'm not sure if it's got tobacco. All those notes, if you know, make a polarizing fragrance, and this does not use those notes in small doses. This uses those notes to the max. It's a very powerful scent, loud there, can be offensive to an extent if you wear this one around people who are hypersensitive, because it just takes over. The moment if you walked in the room, it's a room feeling. So if you know of somebody who wants a fragrance that's very unique, draws its inspiration from Louis Vuitton's, what's that, Nude de Fur or something like that. If I'm botching that name, I'm going to put it on the screen. That's where it draws its inspiration from, but it's a very unique scent with like a rubbery undertone there. Great for anybody who loves very long lasting fragrances, bordering on even being a scrubber. It's called F.A. Paris's The Fire, and it's sitting on our number 8. Ninth on the lineup, guys, is one of the best finds of 2023 for me in terms of uniqueness when it comes to a fragrance. Shaka Oud Asrach. This might not be for everybody because it does have Middle Eastern vibes. It does have a little bit of an oud feel to it. It does feel gourmand without outright being, you know, like a yummy gourmand. It does feel waxy and all the good stuff. It's built around leather, spices, honey, and patchouli, and a lot of other mixed spices on top of that. Cinnamon especially doing the most in this fragrance. All those combined make a very long lasting fragrance in this Shaka Oud Asrach. So if you are one who likes light fragrances, I would say don't go for this one, because this is going to be on the heavy side. It is another fragrance that lasts till the next wash. The only thing with this is it kind of has like an intimate projection. It doesn't project that much because of that waxy accord that carries this fragrance. It's going to leave a trail, I'm going to say maybe for about an hour and a half. After that, it becomes a fragrance that you enjoy yourself, but it will be very present. So it's sitting, guys, on our number 9, and it's Shaka Oud Asrach. The next one again is from Swiss Arabian, and I had to put this one because up to now I haven't found a great contender, guys, for Delina that outperforms Delina like this one does. This is like your Delina on steroids. Feels as though it's just an oil concentration of Delina. So if you know somebody who loves their Delina and want it to last for days, right, because they love very loud fragrances, then Rose 01 is one that I'm here to recommend. It's sitting, guys, on our number 10. Maison Alhambra's Modern Musk is on our number 11. If you're looking for a floral, especially piercing rose there, green notes in this fragrance, an aromatic tone in this fragrance. There's a musk there just to weigh in as a powdery weight to this fragrance, and this one's going to do it for you. Lasts about 12 hours, so this is not going to be just your basic like softie of a musk. Gives me grown-up vibes, a little bit of a matureness around this fragrance. It is the lasting power that made me put it on this list, guys. It's called Modern Musk from the house of Maison Alhambra. Number 12 is an affordable fragrance from the house of Calvin Klein. This is called Obsession. And I know Obsession has been reformulated, guys. It used to be stronger than what it is now, but I'd still maintain that even after reformulation, this fragrance is still pretty strong, right? If you're looking for a fragrance built around spices, a lot of spices there, mixed spices as well, smoke, a bit of some incense there, woods, vetiver, and a gazillion other notes, this is going to be one for you. It has that nostalgic feel to it, done in a way fragrances were done a long time ago, lasting till the next wash. I cannot see you wearing this and nobody saying anything about your fragrance. It is on the loud side there, but qualifies, guys, as a beast performing fragrance. Calvin Klein's Obsession. 13th on the lineup, guys, is Casablanca, a fragrance which I feel if I hadn't edited it here would be an injustice to this video. Casablanca is also from the house of Swiss Arabian. If you love your deep caramel scents, go for this one. However, amidst that candy deep caramel, you might find yourself in a heady situation of an intense Peru balsam as well as patchouli. So this one has like a push and pull between that. You're gonna have that sticky caramel there, giving you a sweetness that is enjoyable, but something in the midst there coming across as very heady, even headachy to an extent, because they didn't joke when it came to the doses of the patchouli and the Peru balsam in this fragrance. Very long lasting scent in this, value for money as well, in case you just want to buy fragrances that are not going to be reapply worthy type of situation. This is one that when you spray in the morning, maybe say 7-8 sprays is going to last you until your next wash. Casablanca, guys, from the house of Swiss Arabian, is sitting on our number 13. Vogue Spices is sitting on our number 14 on this lineup from the company Paris Corner. Now, Vogue Spices draws its inspiration from Xerjoff's Ivory Roots, in as much as it does miss the mark here and there. However, from the house Paris Corner, I'm going to say on their portfolio, this would probably make one of the top 15 long-lasting fragrances from the house. If you love spices, allspice, if you love patchouli, herbal notes, as well as florals and a touch of green, this is going to give it to you. Long-lasting fragrance at a very affordable price. Get about 12 to 14 hours with this fragrance, guys. So for that reason, I thought to put it here. It's sitting on our number 14. 15th on the lineup, guys, is a Brush Carmine, a fragrance that draws its inspiration from Amouage's Crimson Rocks. So if you're looking for a good clone, this is the one to go for. The lasting power for this one is not exactly past 12 hours. I think I get about 8-9 hours, but it is a fragrance with a presence there. Expect some florals there, a powdery undertone, a vinty tone to it, a little bit of a matureness going on there, but a fragrance that represents what it is cloning decent enough. I thought to add it here, guys, because this one is not going to disappoint in terms of lasting power, as well as being at par with Amouage's Crimson Rocks. It's called a Brush Carmine from the house FA Paris. The next fragrance, I'm going to confess, is not exactly one of the longest lasting fragrances, but I thought to put Lavish Blush here. This one is called Lavish Blush from the company Lavish. I thought to put it here in case you are looking for an Idol, substitute, or you love Idol, the fragrance by Lancôme, and you're looking for something that's a little bit better than that. Idol in itself, at least to my nose, is not a very long-lasting fragrance, but I find that in as much as this one is also not that long-lasting, it kind of outperforms Idol, right? So that is the only reason why it's here. Don't expect fireworks in terms of lasting power when it comes to this. However, I have tried Idol and this one side by side because I do have a tester of Idol, and this one did outperform that one. So I just thought to clue you up on this one, that this is outperforming the fragrance that it is inspired by. Whether the outperformance to you is going to be beastly is now entirely up to your nose. But if you're looking for a good alternative to Idol, then Lavish Blush is the one to go for. It's sitting, guys, on our number 16. On number 17, guys, is Estee Lauder's Youth Jew, a fragrance for those with a developed nose. This is not for the underdeveloped nose, guys. This is a fragrance done the way fragrances were done in the 50s, 60s, where they would say, just take everything there, put it in one container, they crush it up and come up with something, and then we'll see what we're going to call this. That's what I get from this, guys. A concoction of a gazillion notes: lavender, a double dose of spices, Peru balsam, cloves, patchouli, Okmos, Vetiver, and guess what? Coca-Cola. That's what you get from this. And on top of that, throw in some smoke in there, throw in some incense in there, as well as some florals. Then present them with a fragrance that's gonna last until the next couple of years. That's what I get from Youth Jew, guys. So buy this one if you're absolutely looking for a fragrance that's gonna do the most in terms of lasting power, guys. It's sitting on our number 17 and it's called Youth Jew from Estee Lauder. The next two are from the house of Latifah, and I'm going to talk about them simultaneously, guys. But let me separate them like this. This is very beastly. Well, this one is beastly. This, guys, is not even room filling. This is yard filling. Oud Mood, and this is the original formulation. I don't know if they've reformulated it. Is a fragrance that's so polarizing. It's so loud. Anyone who wears this, everything around them, tends to end up smelling like this. It has this thing of sticking on everything. Their hair smells like this. Their cups are going to be smelling like this. Their car smells like this. That's what Oud Mood is like, to my nose. I find a very strong fragrance in this. So if you know somebody whose nose is made of barbed wire and they say they can't smell anything, get them Oud Mood. On the other hand, this one is very loud, but mostly on the smoky side and vanilla. It is a fragrance that also lasts the whole day, even until the next wash. You're going to get compliments from this, but it doesn't have that distinct oudy thing that you get from here that kind of does the most. This one is most about the smoke, right? Smoke, and more smoke, and that sweetness, while this one is oud, and more oud, bordering on stanky. So these are the two fragrances, guys, that I would recommend if you're looking at fragrances that are going to last you a lifetime. I've had my Oud Mood for the longest time, guys, because I don't even know when I'm going to finish this fragrance because it's so loud. There, our number 18 and 19 on this lineup, Oud Mood from the house of Latifah, and Amir Al Oud Intense, again from the house of Latifah. To wrap up this video, guys, is going to be Passion from Elizabeth Taylor, a fragrance whose makeup is kind of in the same vein as this. They do not smell the same. By makeup, I mean it is a fragrance that was created, back in the day there when a gazillion notes were used at the same time. Expect some okmos from this fragrance, guys. Spices, lots of spices, some smoke, some woods. There's a lot going on in this fragrance, guys. Aldehydes included there and some florals, making a concoction that is heady, that is heavy, that is very long lasting and feels a little bit dated there to the nose. So if you're one person that loves to wear a fragrance that's going to do the most, if you love compliments, whether negative or positive, by that I mean maybe people are commenting on your fragrance because they just want to know what you're wearing so that they don't buy it, or they genuinely are commenting because you smell good, then Passion is one fragrance that you ought to add to your collection, guys. This lasts till the next couple of washes and it's sitting on our number 20. So that's a wrap, guys. That's it when it comes to Beast performing fragrances within my collection. I thought to throw these here in case you're looking at buying fragrance gifts, to your significant others, your friends, your family, and you want to make sure that you buy them fragrances with a beastly lasting power. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Please remember to head over to CeeChronicles-Lifestyle, drop a subscription there, drop a like, drop a comment, support that channel. I'm going to be throwing vlogs on that channel, guys, and my daily lifestyle is going to be documented on that channel, and I would appreciate the support. And I also want to thank those who have supported already. Do turn on post notifications, guys, while you're at it. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one, guys, and most importantly, remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.